Yes, welcome in again, everyone. The One Burner Bachelor in the small penthouse apartment high above the city on a raw, rainy day here. You know, you live and learn. Again, as we're always doing here on the One Burner Bachelor. I went out and got myself a nice block or a little brick of pepper jack cheese and a package of crackers. You know, generic, the good stuff to have some cheese and crackers. And I thought to myself, well, what else could I do with that pepper jack cheese? Well, I'll make some mashed potatoes and mix them in there and have some cheesy mashed. The last few times I've used my dry mashed potato mix, I put too much water in the pot with it, thinking the dry mix would absorb more than it would, and it's come out too thin, and I've actually made some kind of potato soup out of it, or add something to it, shepherd's pie, or corn, or something I've had to make because the mashed potatoes have just been too thin to be mashed potatoes. So, erring on the side of caution, which I did today, I try to be very careful about how much water I put in my pot when I made my mashed. And I added some of the pepper jack cheese to it right after I added the dry mashed. Well, I didn't have enough liquid. And now my mashed potatoes are too dry to do anything with for mash, and you can't just add liquid to it and mix it around and hope it gets all warm again. So what am I going to do? I'm going to make potato pancakes. Pepper jack cheese potato pancakes. So I'm just steaming a little bit water out of the bottom of my saute pan to make sure it's nice and clean and there's no bacteria in it. Like we said, as long as the water steams and boils, we know that it's clean enough and very clean and safe clean to prepare in. So I'm going to turn these two dry mashed here into a 3 or 4 potato pancakes and put them back in the pan and try to salvage this. Okay, the One Burner Bachelor. We'll be back. Okay, so there they are, 4 of them. Yes, I made them by hand, my own hands. I'm eating them. The mashed potatoes had cooled enough in the pot for me to make them into 4 small potato pepper jack pancakes. I've actually already flipped them once because I wanted to make sure they weren't too wet or too dry. Now that they're started, I've got the one burner on about medium heat. Some nice smell starting to come off of them. When I do turn them back and forth a couple more times as I decide to, and they begin to kind of crisp up, I guess, and become mashed pepper jack hash browns, I might add another slice of pepper jack on the top of them for the final melt. And if I need something to put them on or something to eat them with, I'll put them on the crackers. I had to go with my pepper jack cheese. Okay, we're going to give these just a little bit more. The One Burner Bachelor on a raw day, 37 steps up from the small penthouse apartment above the city. Okay, we're back to finish up these mashed potato hash brown pepper jack on the spot decision made beauties. The browning and the crisping up that I was hoping was going to happen to the mash, like hash browns in previous episodes. Remember, we've mentioned that the browning of beef or the browning of things in your saute pan on the One Burner Bachelor quite often come from oil or butter or fat from whatever it is you may be preparing in your one burner. Well, there's no butter added to this, there's no oil, and there's no fat. There are the dry mashed potatoes, there is the water that we got hot, and there is the cheese added to them. So there's nothing to brown them, other than letting them cook too long and get them too crispy on one side, which we're not going to do. They've actually taken nice form. I flipped them 3 or 4 times. They're not going to brown because there's nothing to release from them to brown them. But as you see, they're definitely getting hot enough because those are nice pieces of the pepper jack cheese melting on each one of them. Okay, the One Burner Bachelor. Make it up as we go sometimes. That's the beauty of being the boss. We'll see you next time. Angelo's tucked away in the brat trap in his crib on this rainy, raw day. 37 steps up above the city. See you next time, the One Burner Bachelor.